So we didn't get to talk about it when it happened, but the other day, Alabama got a massive win out the state of Oklahoma in four-star wide receiver Cole Adams, who committed to Alabama over the likes of the Oklahoma Sooners. And today, we need to talk about why this is such a great addition. Before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I need to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, Y for yes, N for no. Are you excited that Cole Adams joins the Crimson Tide? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content, and you don't want to miss any of it. But having said that, let's jump right into it. And Cole Adams is a four-star wide receiver out the state of Oklahoma who offers a lot in terms of versatility, speed, and skill. This is someone who as a sophomore ran a 10-600 meter dash and has only continued to get faster. He's someone that most institutions would have loved, and the Crimson Tide are very lucky to get him in. And this year's wide receiver class for Alabama is one that I'm really interested in because I wouldn't be surprised if it was a smaller batch of wide receivers. Remember, last year, Alabama signed 5 wide receivers in Shaz Preston, Kobe Prentice, Isaiah Bond, Aaron Anderson, and Kendrick Law. Not only that, but they took to the transfer portal to get 2 more very talented wide receivers that I know Alabama fans can't wait to see in Tyler Harrell and Jermaine Burton. And on top of that, they are in the running for the #1 JUCO wide receiver in the nation, who will be making his college decision coming up very shortly in Benson. So when you look at all of that, Alabama has gotten a lot in terms of wide receiver talent, though a lot of it is inexperienced and unproven. And if you go back even a year prior, that wide receiver class in 2021 was one that most Alabama fans were very excited about, and those guys could still make a real impact. So when you look at Alabama's wide receiver room, experience is the biggest question in my opinion. Talent really isn't the biggest question. I think there's plenty in terms of speed, but I say all this and I present all this to you because don't be surprised if this year's Alabama wide receiver class is a little bit smaller than what we're used to. Look, if Alabama could have landed Brandon Inniss, they would have been over the moon with landing Brandon Inniss, and they're certainly going to push for other wide receivers. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's the position group that the Crimson Tide are really hard-pressed about. Now, that being said, they're very happy they got Cole Adams in. This is someone who they've been pushing for quite some time because they identified something in his game that they really liked. And if you turn on the highlights, it's fairly easy to figure out why. He offers a lot, and I think he's someone who's going to make an impact some point when he gets to campus. Now, when we look at the totality of this, there are other positions I think Alabama is going to focus in more closely. We're talking defensive line, we're talking cornerback. Those are areas where the Crimson Tide are locked in really tight battles with individuals such as Kermani McClain loving his Alabama visit, but institutions such as Florida and Miami really pressing hard, and an individual such as Peter Woods who will be making his decision here very soon. We need to watch those battles as well. But in the meantime, Alabama getting Cole Adams is a great win. They already have a 4-star signal caller in this class, Eli Holstein, that the Crimson Tide and Crimson Tide fans are very excited about. So I can't wait to see how this class turns out, but I can't wait to hear from you. Do you think Alabama goes after some more wide receivers? If so, who do you think they will be, and who's the player you'd love to see Alabama add in? That's it. See ya.